everyone, my name's Sam. Welcome back to another Carbon Works how-to. Today we've got a 2024 911 992 GT3, which is in, amongst other things, to have its shift paddles replaced. So we've got some JCR extended shift paddles. This car has this steering wheel as presented here. It's covered up to protect the customer's nice new lovely suede rim. So what we're going to do, cover the process of removing the wheel, swapping over the paddles, and then the installation will be the reverse of the removal. So that is quite self-explanatory. Just a few tools you'll need for this job. So to release the airbag, you need a round push tool. So what I'm actually going to use is a T20 screwdriver here, which is the correct size to go in the hole in the side of the steering wheel. Then need a right angle pick and a small electrical flat blade screwdriver to disconnect the connections behind the airbag. And lastly, an M12 multi-spline torque socket with a ratchet and an extension in order to undo the main bolt. So first things first, with the steering wheel, what we need to do is remove the airbag. So there's a hole either side of the steering wheel that you need to push this tool through. If you push that tool into the hole, you'll notice that the airbag then pops out. So I've done it on the left and again on the right. Withdraw that tool, and the airbag is now free to come out. You'll notice on the back there's two connectors, so do these one at a time. There's an orange safety tab or securing tab which needs to come up first. So if you pop that out, you'll then be able to get behind the connector itself and release that. So both of those. I always put the airbag that way up so that if it does for whatever reason go off, which has never happened on me before, it won't fire this into above whatever you've got. So that's going to go on the passenger side facing up. Also means the Porsche badge won't get damaged. So that leaves you with what you've got here. You've got the main multi-plug connector at the top here with a green securing tab. So this is where your right angled pick comes in. Using the right angled pick, you can then pull out the green securing tab, and with that done, if you hook the pick behind the plug, it's then possible to release it. It won't come all the way out, but what that does mean is when you've undone the main bolt for the steering wheel, the whole lot will come out as one. Speaking of which, that's now the last thing to do. So you've got your multi-spline. What I've done is use a short 1/2 inch extension to go with the socket here, which moves me away from the rim of the wheel so as not to cause any damage. So if you undo that bolt, that's that all the way out. And then the only thing to take note of once this is removed is the lining up of, there's a mark here on both the column and the wheel itself. So just take a note of where it's lined up to on this particular car. The mark on the wheel is slightly to the right of the mark on the column, so mental note of that. But at this point, with the multi-plug disconnected, the wheel is ready to come completely off. So you join me at the finish with the steering wheel reinstalled and the new paddles fitted to the backside. These are the originals. The new ones are on there. They add a significant amount of size top to bottom, which is nice, so you can actually get hold of them a lot better now. So a couple of things of note. Firstly, when you're reinstalling the steering wheel, the main bolt in the middle, make sure that gets torqued up to factory spec. And secondly, what I've chosen to do this time around is make sure that the car is fully to sleep, so ignition completely off, but leave the battery disconnected. If you are worried about it, or you're going to leave it down for any amount of time, then I would opt for disconnecting the battery. Basically what you don't want is for the ignition to be on whilst the steering wheel is off. It will throw up airbag faults as well as various other things whilst the wheel is disconnected. So to avoid that, I'd say easiest and most surefire way of doing so is to disconnect the battery under the bonnet. But for today, all I've done is power down the car. We've actually got the keys in a Faraday box, so the keyless ignition won't fire up. And then, yeah, give it 5 minutes, screen's completely off, everything's powered down, which means it's fine. So yeah, all done. Thanks to JCR for the paddles. If you want to see how those bits are done on the steering wheel, they have their own video, but essentially they are screwed from behind, and then there is a pin that holds the paddle to the switch part of the steering wheel. Take that pin out, which is through this hole on the rear of the paddle, remove the paddles, fit the new ones, pin back in, reinstall to the back of the steering wheel. It's just a nice, quick, easy job to do, which has significant benefits. Hopefully Jack will like them installed to his car. We'll find out when we hand it back. Thanks very much for watching. Join us on the next one. Like, share, subscribe if you like. Thank you very much.